it's Crystal here, and welcome back to Politics in Pajamas. Today I want to talk about 3 reasons why Bernie Sanders supporters can continue to have some hope. If you're new here, I hope you'll consider subscribing, clicking the like button. It helps me out a lot, and it's totally free on your end, so it's really a great deal. So as I'm filming this, we had a few primary elections yesterday, and Joe Biden did really well in all of them. And it's become pretty clear that Joe Biden is going to be the Democratic nominee for president. And this is a very hard thing for people to process if they've been following politics for a long time and they wanted Bernie Sanders to get the nomination. It's also a very hard thing for people who just started following politics and who maybe got really excited about a Bernie Sanders candidacy only to see it not materialize in the end. So I wanted to jump on and offer a little bit of hope, especially with everything going on in the world right now, what we can be excited for still, what is to come, and why the fight is not over for progressive values. So the first reason that we can be hopeful is that Bernie Sanders made it really far. He basically made it to the equivalent of 3rd place to be president out of the entire country. And that's a really big deal because it means that there is a lot of support out there for people who support progressive policies like Medicare for All and the Green New Deal and student debt forgiveness. And not only are there a lot of people who like these policies, there are millions of people who are going through the trouble of going out and voting for a candidate that they believe in who supports these policies. A lot of people are going to tell you, Joe Biden got the most votes and that's the end of the story. And I feel like sometimes that implies that Bernie Sanders got 2 votes. Millions of people across this country, and we're not even done with the primary calendar, left their house, stood in line, and voted for Bernie Sanders and the policies that he believes in. It means there are others like us out there. It means there are others out there who will support these programs and who will fight for them and who will physically vote for them, which is so important. It wasn't enough right now, but it could be next time, and it won't ever be if we don't start somewhere, which is here. The next reason that you can be hopeful is that the Democratic establishment, and even to some extent the Republican establishment, is listening to us. This was really clear during the debate when Joe Biden started talking about offering programs like a bankruptcy bill that Elizabeth Warren had supported. He started offering the idea of free public college for people. These are not policies that would have been on the table if Bernie Sanders had not run as well as he did, and had not made it as far as he did. They are listening to us. I would go so far as to say they're even listening to us more now that a lot of people are saying they don't want to vote for Joe Biden, because it gives us leverage. It makes them realize that if they don't offer us anything, we don't have to vote for him. There's no blood pact with the DNC where everyone on the left has to vote for Joe Biden. They need to give us something. And they seem to at least be on the surface level understanding that. Whether or not they move forward with those policies and whether they actually implement them or whether they actually believe in doing them or fighting for them is another story. But they realize that we are a force and that we have to be listened to. The third reason why progressives and Bernie Sanders supporters can be hopeful right now is that we have a whole new generation of people coming up. And the next generation is just starting to vote, Gen Z, and they overwhelmingly support Bernie Sanders and his policies as well. These people are only going to continue to vote as they get older, and the more of them vote, the bigger our progressive movement becomes. These are people who already believe in a lot of these things and see that they've worked in other countries like Medicare for All, healthcare for everybody, and they are willing to support them. The word socialism is not a bad word to the next generation. They are also willing to go out to rallies for Bernie Sanders. They're excited about these policies. And they are going to support us as we go forward. So if you are out there today feeling especially sad that Bernie Sanders is probably going to not get the nomination for the Democratic Party, I would just tell you that the fight goes on. Take some time, grieve. I know I have. And if you decide that you just cannot vote for Joe Biden, that's a personal choice. Everyone has a little bit of power in their own vote, and you get to do with it whatever you want. Personally, right now I am leaning towards voting third party, although I guess I would not say that I've officially decided that, but I do not want to vote for Joe Biden, and I obviously don't want to vote for Donald Trump. The more that we put pressure on them to listen to us, the more that we say that we will not vote for candidates unless they stand for issues that are important to us, unless they are willing to fight for them, the more likely it is that we're going to keep winning these battles and then eventually win the war. I hope you guys are staying safe out there, social distancing, and I will see you in my next video.